I hope you are all having a
Greetings.
fabulous Wednesday. Welcome to Play Nerd Allies. Huzzah!
Woo!
There is a. I've already been playing for like a couple hours today over at Dead Aussie Gamers, so I'm now caffeinating myself again, so that I can now run a whole stream where well, I'll let the players tell you about it in a minute.
Mm.
But to start with, who wants some dice? Everybody loves dice.
Everybody loves dice.
Yay! Everybody enter
Dice.
exclamation mark raffle so you can get you some Phoenix dice. We love Phoenix dice. They are absolutely fabulous. And every single stream now, we give away a set of fabulous Phoenix dice. The lovely thing, if you win, is that it's not a specific set. You can pick any set that you love on their entire website. So enter that exclamation point raffle, and you might go home with some fabulous dice. Now, we love Phoenix dice because they make everything from recycled materials.
Mhm.
So we know that they love the world we live in just as much as the world we play in. And Lando, can I have like a little bit of maybe slightly cheery music in this super dreary
Yeah.
thing to start?
Gotcha. Yeah. We'll start. We'll start more cheery.
Start with something a little nice.
Start with
Yeah.
something
not
nice.
quite
Ease
so-
them into despair.
Yeah, like let's do that. And hey, Ithul, what happened to you last week?
Well, I got brain drained. That was fun.
You did. You experienced that. That was lovely.
Then I got fixed.
Oh,
They tried to
okay.
do more things to my head, and I didn't like it.
Yep.
Then after a giant undead hand came down and just poked the opponent out of existence.
Like how that happened.
That's right.
I still question the ramifications of that, but we managed to get some rest, and during the process, a fool apparently tapped into a touchstone where I'm lying dormant here on the plane. And yeah, he's still trying to figure out what the hell that means.
Yeah, he he definitely did. He definitely tapped into that, and that was super exciting. You got to see Cardle again,
Yeah.
which is delightful. And thank you for that, good sir. And let's talk about a couple of our other sponsors. First of all, there is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, which is a fabulous mobile game where you can play Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Yay!
Yeah.
If you're here on this channel, you probably like TTRPGs, and that means that you probably like Forgotten Realms. You may hate it. I don't know. I enjoy it, personally. But my favorite that I get to play is Jarlaxle because he gives you lots and lots of money, and he has a fabulous hat.
Mhm.
It's such a lovely hat. I
One
really
day-
do. I want one so bad.
Yeah, one day we'll get you a hat like that, Kyle.
I know.
It's
Just
on
like
the list.
flat top, very wide brim, like just
Mhm.
like big purple sun hat with a giant feather in it. Absolutely. Yes. Like something that would like actively knock over my camera and ring light on a regular basis. That's how big I like my hats. In addition, let's say thank you to Hero Forge. You can see Hero Forge characters behind our characters right here on the screen. They are amazing at helping develop minis and creating characters super easily and quickly. You can choose everything from what race you are to what clothes you have to what spell effects, all kinds of cool stuff, and you can paint them yourself using their painting tools. And then if you want, they'll actually do the painting for you and send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's delightful. You can have your own minis designed and painted for you and sent to your home. And we have a little affiliate code with them. So if you go and say hi to Hero Forge, we'll get a little couple cents from that. So let's do that. And finally, we've got D&D Beyond. that we absolutely adore because my head would explode if I had to try to keep track of everything on my own. So D&D Beyond keeps track of everything for me, does all of the fabulous calculations, rolling of the dice, all the fun stuff that we do. And so thank you, D&D Beyond, for just being there and being a delightful part of the community. In addition, we have a little affiliate code with them, and if you use that, we'll get a little taste. So if you still haven't gotten Fizz Bands or Strixhaven, or if you need the new Morning Kanan book, or you want to grab a pre-order copy of Call of the Netherdeep, go do it.
Do
it. You can find links down in the About section of our fabulous little page here. Hey, Crow, what happened to you last week?
So, about that hand that came down and squished the guy, I may have had something to do with it. We're kind of in an entire plane that is a dead hag, and with me very recently tapping into my connection to the negative energy plane, thanks to our friendly lich, Ingrid, I decided what's a better time to try that out than when I'm standing on a dead like a dead hag. And so I did that. And it was very effective and very dangerous. Almost died, but didn't.
Yeah. So when they say they were standing on a dead hag, it doesn't mean that they were just hanging out.
It was a very long hag.
All of them all crowded onto the corpse of a hag. There is the plane of Malbolge in the Nine Hells. When it was taken over by Glacia, Glacia actually killed the hag that had been the ruler, and then used the magic of the plane to, in fact, turn the hag into the very ground, like grew them to the size of a continent, and essentially did that so that they could turn the hag's skull into a palace for themselves. Because that's just, Glacia definitely has that bitch energy.
It's what you do.
So, and that's what you do. You live in the skull of your defeated enemy sometimes.
Talk about sending a message. All Vlad the Impaler did was stick a bunch of heads on spikes. I'm living in one.
Yeah.
It's next level for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And with that, let's say hi to Souls Rolls, who is a fabulous, fabulous contributor and sponsor of the channel. We absolutely adore you, Soul. Soul, go check out his website where you can get fabulous consultations. If you need help with life, if you need help with business, anything like that, he is there for you. I went through a 1-hour session with him and figured out about 2 years worth of craziness to set things up for Planar Allies. It was incredibly useful. He's incredibly insightful. And in addition, on his website, he has all kinds of fabulous articles that are all about things like burnout and making sure that your self-care is effective, so that it's not a performative self-care. It's actually an effective self-care that does the thing it's supposed to, which is make sure you have the energy to face the crazy that exists in the world today. In addition to that, there's Realm Warp Media, who has a fabulous Kickstarter up called Magician's Menagerie.
Ooh.
This is a delightful little something that gives you a huge number of very powerful arcane casters, including a patron. It is a delightful way to fill out much more powerful NPCs in your world, and give you fabulous ideas on backstories and how to create new and interesting spells in your campaigns. So head over to the Kickstarter and say, I want this, gimme. And finally, Gemmed Firefly, who we love because they are the merch for the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. The Foundation of Inclusivity in Gaming currently is streaming every Friday here on Planar Allies, doing mythology streams. And once a month, we do a full 12-hour fundraiser for them. It is a foundation that is here to help decolonize the DTRPG space by lifting up the voices of creators of color and LGBTQ creators and keeping them in the space by increasing their confidence, giving them actual saleable items and sponsorships, so that they can stick around longer and say more fabulous stuff because that's how you decolonize. You have different voices in the space saying, have you thought about this? So yay! And hey, Gore, what happened to you last week?
So much.
Just one thing or two things, maybe.
So many things.
All
I'm trying to remember. Like the last session was our first session in Malboge, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So, fought a frog man, and that
Yeah.
was pretty shitty.
Unpleasant.
We got
Yeah.
really hurt. I beat up Calyx. Oh, Calyx died. He straight up died.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was not good for him.
Yeah, so hopefully we succeed because I liked him and this timeline is ass.
You also kind of ripped the wings off our multiple friends.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, let's not talk about that. It was an accident.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
We'll be talking about it just later.
okay. Yeah, well, I mean, we just gotta fix this timeline and then it's fixed. This is no one has to know what stuff happened here.
No one, I definitely will not tell Felix that you ripped off
Thank
his
you.
alternate timeline wing.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
That's
No worries.
right.
So,
That's right. Your little friend who became an angel, you tore his freaking wings off. you're a monster.
And now we're all big. We're gonna crush people. It's gonna be great. Fuck
So, for
that.
those of you who were not with us for the last session, which was 2 weeks ago, Gorf's brother, signed a contract with several hags that have a stall in the marketplace. What he promised was his firstborn child. He was not planning on having a child, so he thought that he could just get some free stuff from some witches. There was a clause in the contract that said that if he does not have a child to give them within 10 years, that the witches will get his soul instead as payment. Now, he is connected to a planar touchstone called the Well of the Gestalt. It stores essentially the memories and the experience and the knowledge of all of the animal folk that have come before them for the last 1,000 years in Valencia, which is the city of the animal folk. Because of that, the witches essentially got unlimited power. And they shifted the time. They just shoved our heroes forward 10 years in time so that they could just harvest the soul of Goru. Because our heroes were not here to help out in the war against the Lich Queen or to discover what's going on with the touchstones. When they appeared back in the mine had essentially been destroyed. There were only a few members left who had survived in the deepest levels of the mine, hidden away from everyone else. They sacrificed themselves to get our heroes to Malbolge. Once they had gotten here, eventually they discovered Cartel, who has the artifact they need in the heart of the hag, who is the plane of Malbolge. Their planar touchstones were activated and gave them their true powers, transforming each of them into some sort of giant monster.
It's a kaiju fight, baby.
It is a
kaiju
fight. We left our heroes as kaiju, looking out over the plains of Malbolge. with tens of thousands of demons rushing towards
Recording
them.
in progress.
Standing before them are the three hags, Sune and Glacia, with Goru hanging in the air amongst them, just about ready to be harvested. And with him, the final touchstone that they need to finish their nefarious plans. And that is where we will start today. So, let's get ready to get a little crazy.
A little bit of D&D.
Shall we? You hear the dual goddess of love, Sune and Glacia, giggle as they unleash the horrors not only of the hells, but of the abyss and limbo and Acheron and mechanics. You see angels corrupted, careening at you from the skies, their swords alight, their feathers black, dripping tar, dripping the very essence of corruption all over the plains below them. The demons that this corruption touches revel in it, getting stronger. You see undulations of the earth as things that exist only in the lightless depths of the Underdark begin to burrow upwards. You know, you see that the key is Goru. If you can free him, this will all be over.
Save the paladin, save the world.
Well,
Well, actually, the multiverse.
Right. Say the multiverse.
So tell me, let's start with Ithul. You're watching the hordes descend on you from the sky and the earth. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, quick question. Are Glacia and Sune like fused into one?
No, there's still two people.
Okay,
First,
good
tell
to know.
me, what are they seeing as you step onto the field of battle?
You see a large, almost eldritch monstrosity of a humanoid. Long, writhing tentacles just kind of falling from all like the sleeves, the creases in the robes, and the mouth, and just this long, black and gray curly hair that seems to have manifested just kind of falling out from the hood.
Okay.
Two just deep purple glowing lights serving as eyes.
Fabulous. And as you take your first steps forward, what do you do?
Get rid of the riffraff. Just almost as if the entire structure of its body is made of tentacles. It kind of pulls itself down onto the ground, and dark tendrils just start erupting from the ground, reaching into the sky to the angels and battering any demons on the ground.
I am going to, let me see. Make me, if it's tentacles, make me a dexterity check. I want to see how well you do this.
Straight dex?
Yeah. I wish. I know. Almost a crit. If somebody wants to give him advantage, you can absolutely do that with your channel points.
I got you.
There. Which points we will get a fabulous crit there. Oh my god. That's amazing. All right.
There you go.
One crit coming up.
With a critical hit, what happens is these tentacles go slashing out, just like 100 tentacles go lashing out at all of these creatures, just wrapping them around each one. You see the ground and the sky around them sort of pulse with this eldritch energy as the hag is channeled through you. In flashes of light, your tentacles are suddenly grabbing nothing but golden soul coins that come raining down onto the battlefield.
Starts just pulling them into its mass with the smaller tentacles.
The demons see this, and they recognize that this might be an issue. And you see them starting to set up defensive perimeters. Not the demons, the devils do. The demons are still being very chaotic, running around, but the devils suddenly start creating like phalanx boxes so that if your tentacles come back to them, they will be ready for you. Hey, Gorf, tell me what they see when they look at you.
When they look at Gorf, they see this just massive skeletal figure in the skeleton of a bear. Red, glowing eyes, gray bones with a tinge of blue, and two massive horns sticking out of his head. And he's got a giant sword in his hand.
I love it. And what are you gonna do with all these little stupid demons?
Gorf is gonna be like, even the hells cannot defeat death. And he is gonna take his sword and he is going to slash it in the air. And a line is going to open up. And he is going to open a portal to... Fuck, I completely...
His plane?
Yeah, the why am I blanking? God, no! This is the worst time to can't think of the word.
It's the third level of Arborea.
No, it's I was
negative
thinking,
energy plane.
No,
the one full of death.
Not the Feywild, the Shadowfell. Yeah, fuck, fuck. God damn it. Okay, yes, just opens a plane to the Shadowfell, and hordes of zombies and other undead abomination come crawling out and start attacking the demons.
Oh my god! All right, give me an Arcana check I want to see
Oh yeah,
how well you perform this.
So good at 13.
Okay, 13. You open this portal up, and you see suddenly pouring through as what has happened is Malbolge has expanded and expanded and expanded, squeezing all of the other realms. So now everything is sort of packed in tight, and you just see all of these undead that have been sort of wandering around in a smaller space come streaking out onto the battlefield. You see skeletons and zombies stepping in, getting cut down very quickly by the much more powerful demons. But then you also see things like ghosts and spirits and revenants starting to streak out of this place, jumping into demons and devils, possessing them and turning them on their breath grip.
Yeah!
There's creating chaos in the ranks. Hey, Crow. Tell me what they see when they look over at you.
Stepping onto the battlefield. At first, are just the sensations of rushing winds as the clouds and atmosphere of Malbolge condense into the figure before you. Composed of clouds and winds and storms crackling electricity and lightning through every possible vein that a creature would have, is a massive elemental orc. Its tusk large as that of a dire boar. Streaking into the sky with electricity coursing through the foe bone. As he looks out onto the field, he lets out one mighty roar as from its chest, 3 drakes manifest, flying around him, surrounding him with further electricity, the cold ice and poisonous airs that will even stifle that of a demon. As he calls out, a gale force roar blasting through the hordes of Malbolge.
As you summon your 3 drakes, they do not appear as drakes.
Oh, fuck yeah, Kyle.
They appear as adult dragons.
I'm elated.
1 silver, 1 copper, and your final one is lightning. God, what is that bronze? I think it's bronze.
I think bronze, yeah.
Yes. So a silver, a copper, and a bronze adult dragon suddenly pop into existence. They immediately take to the sky and begin tearing through the ranks of angels. You see them snatch them out of the sky and spit them back down onto the ground, one after the other, as their tail whips through their ranks, shattering wings and swords. From the distance, you hear the hags begin to laugh. Oh, what a fun show this will be. Yes, look at you all. I hope you're having fun now. You won't be in just a moment. And the 3 hags clasp arms and begin to chant. In that moment, you see several demons approaching you. They're in a wedge formation, and they're aimed directly at everybody. Roll me a d20. Let's see who they're pointed at. Let's see who draws the short straw on this one.
Ooh, that's a short straw. But that's
Oh, damn! Oh, with a crit fail, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Just the writhing mass of tentacles.
Yeah, this writhing mass of tentacles. You see hundreds of demons surround you. And as you try to lash out with your tentacles, they begin to grasp them. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Nope.
Let's see. With a 16, they only manage to grasp about half of your tentacles, leaving half of them free. But you are now restrained. You cannot move. Or you cannot take any movement. It's gonna be brutal. But it is now your turn, Ethul. The grasping hands cover you. You can feel them trying to pull. You can feel them trying to pull, literally pull you limb from limb. They're trying to tear you apart.
And in utter defiance of this failed attempt of these tiny creatures, you're just gonna see like darkness and thick black mist just kind of start pouring out from in between the mass of tentacles, and it just starts permeating the air, and you start to see multiple little purple lights as if eyes appearing all over in the darkness, and you just hear an ungodly roar as he invokes a kaiju-sized version of Arms of Hadar and yanks them all inside.
Slapping everybody.
Oh my god. Absolutely, yes. That is exactly what happens. There is these arms just pick these demons up. You see some of them like slamming demons together, throwing them like bowling balls across the field of battle. You see some of them just throw them in the air. You see some of them getting ground into the ground. And you are now free of these filthy grasping hands. Hey,
Excellent.
Lando, what are you gonna do?
Dwarf is gonna raise his sword, say, I am darkness, but I am also light. And his sword is gonna shine bright, and he is going to run in the thickest part of the demons, jump up and slam his sword two-handedly into the ground and just explode radiant energy in a wave around him.
As you throw down this radiant energy, you literally see the eyes of Glacia's castle light up as you are now channeling radiant energy directly into the hag. There is an explosion of light that just sends it. All of the demons that are closest to you suddenly seem to like sort of flash into negative and then turn into dust.
Oh,
They're just
oh,
gone.
yes.
The demons that are further out, like you can see them sort of burning. You know, there's massive issues going on with them. But at the same time, you have just destroyed your entire undead army.
Oh, whoops.
With your radiant damage. So they take double damage from.
Probably should have been your opener.
Yes, sir.
Makes sense for Gorf.
Gorf didn't actually. Gorf didn't control them. He just unleashed them. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all gone now. Sadly.
What you gonna do?
Worth.
Hey, hey there, Crow. What about you?
Hey.
You got some dragons up there.
Oh yeah, I have some dragons up there. As they are flying through the sky, I call their attention as within both of my hands aloft, I'm gathering more and more winds. I call down both the brass and silver dragon as I unleash these winds into them. The lightning and cold within them merge with the storm that I'm crafting as I let loose an electric blizzard that strikes down frozen lightning onto the battlefield.
I approve.
There's throughout the battlefield, what you see happen is you see bolts of lightning slam into the ground, lasting longer than they should, like they flash with power. And you see around all of them a slick of ice begins to form. And with the last flash, all of that ice shatters into incredibly sharp shards that slices through all of the demons around them.
Oh fuck! So many push-ups! Tyreek's narration. I have so many push-ups to do. Oh god.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's
Oh fuck. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's push-ups for everybody. You
oh
that's
boy.
right. You can help affect both the players in real life and the players in the game.
Oh no!
With your channel points, you just got 3 push-ups. So all 3 of the players now have to do 20 push-ups.
Oh no!
Yep. Thanks, Blizzard. I love
Blizzard
it.
does like to make us suffer.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Blizzard's a monster. I love it.
17, 18, 19, bring home, 20. Okay. All right.
14,
God damn it, Blizzard.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I'm back.
Ow.
Pretty hilarious.
My arms are in pain, but I'm alive.
I need to get better at that. That hurts my back.
I love it.
Blizzard, you are worse than any hag.
So you all are just shredding through these armies, utilizing the power, the true power of the planar touchstones.
Right.
But the hags seem to reach the height of their chant. And as you look around, you see some new players striding onto the field. If you'd like to send your attention
Hello.
to the Roll20.
Oh my god.
Standing in the front is Asmodeus himself, the Lord of the 9 Hells. He strides forward confidently, looks down at the hags and says, "You called." They all look at him and say, "Yes, we seem to have some vermin infesting our home. I was wondering if perhaps you could help." Since I think we all can. You are now faced not only with Asmodeus, but his daughter Glacia, who leaps down off her dais next to Sune. ready to enter the fray. You see a 7-legged Lolth, still missing one of her legs, striding heavily onto the battlefield, trailing millions of spiders. You see Kilnasi herself, the Lich Queen of Non-Ked, step forward. Next to Mephistopheles, the Lord of Cania, second in command of the Hells, and an undead Gorax that you thought you had defeated at the end of season 1.
Oh, God.
Now the real battle begins, doesn't it?
Oh, God.
Now it is time to roll initiative.
Right on.
Lolth, Kilnasi, Gorax, and Mephistopheles. How do I spell that? There we go. That's how you spell
14.
that. All right. I am going to roll. These are all godlike entities.
Oh, yeah.
So they are going to each add 10 to their initiative rolls.
Oh, that is painful.
Awesome.
Let us see. Let us see what that looks like, shall we? All right. So, Asmodeus is 17. Glacia is 22.
22, of course.
Lolth
21.
is 21.
Yeah.
Kilnasi, who is 25. Gorax is 16. And that leaves one more.
Mephistopheles.
Mephistopheles is 19. Fabulous.
Wow. Of all the godly
So
beings here, I believe.
I've got all three of you. Yes. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think all of you are going last. No. Ooh. Gorf, look at you up there with the
Gorf, get in there!
I love it. That's right. It's time. That's right, Blizzard. They answer to the hags who have literally taken over the multiverse. Thanks to Goru. Goru is still hanging in air, awaiting his fate. Kilnasi looks out over the hordes. She sees you, Gorf. She sees your undead form.
Uh-oh.
She knows this. She knows these paltry magics.
Poultry.
You sense a kinship. You realize all of them possess touchstones.
Fuck. Did activating our touchstone activate everyone's touchstone?
Well, you don't know how to control your touchstones.
Oh yeah, no,
They do. They've had like years.
Yeah.
To learn theirs.
Oh.
Kilnasi just puts her hand on the ground. And you watch the hag's flesh around her start to ripple.
Ooh.
That's not okay.
It rises and begins to form up.
A pseudo hag.
It begins to lumber towards you disgustingly. It is
for
a
that.
giant flesh golem made from the flesh of this dead hag. As it approaches you, it reaches out to grasp your arm and your face and crush the bones of the Titan King beneath it. What do you do?
Is it? I'm assuming it's big.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay.
It is as big as you are.
Sorry, I was not expecting to react to it. I was expecting just to get fucked up. Right away. Okay.
Mercy has been given to us this good
So
day.
it's grabbing my arm and my face.
No,
Or it's reaching for it.
that's right.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Gorf is going to... Okay. As it reaches for its Gorf's face, Gorf is going to sidestep, move into the space of the flesh golem, grab its arm, and just try to just snap the arm in half as it tries to grab its face.
As you do that, you manage to grasp one of its arms. Its other arm grasps yours. You are now sort of entangled with it, and as you try to break the arm of the flesh golem, you realize it has no bones. So you just go flop up, flop, flop up.
Oh no, that ain't natural. You're supposed to have bones.
Yes, you are now grappled by the flesh
Where's
golem.
the bones?
Boneless golem.
Glacia just sort of casually whistles and she steps forward. She begins striding purposefully onto the field and then just disappears. I'm going to need you to choose lightning, ice, or poison. Crow. Poison. You hear a scream from your copper dragon.
No.
As you look up, you see Glacia standing atop its neck, slicing its head off.
No.
And as the corpse of the dragon falls, Glacia disappears again, reappearing where she started, with the head of your dragon in her hand.
You bitch!
I reach out and try to steal the dragon's soul and turn it into a coin.
It's like a really big coin.
You absolutely do it. As it's falling out of the sky, a tentacle whips out. And instead of the dragon turning into a coin, you watch as the poison talon on Crow's necklace turns into a golden soul coin and falls onto the ground.
Nice.
Let's see who's next, shall we? Oh, it's Lolf. So you still have is full of many, many demons all around you. Lulf begins to laugh maniacally as she looks in your direction. And nothing happens for a moment. And then you hear the demons around you begin to choke and retch as everything inside them suddenly turns to spiders that they start spewing out of their mouths.
Oh,
all
my
over
God! What
you.
a horrible way to die.
Yeah.
No thanks. No thanks. That's a hard pass.
You are now covered in millions of spiders. Do you have any sort of immunity to poison or resistance to poison?
Or just resistant to spiders.
I have paladin stuff. Let me check.
Oh boy.
Divine health. Let me see. Does that incorporate?
I think that's disease.
No, just disease. Yeah, it's just
Just
disease.
disease.
I'm going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. Let's see how this goes.
No!
Oh, you are poisoned.
Ooh.
All that spider venom, all up in ya. Let's look and see. Lando, will you please look up poison and see what that does? No, not you. Hey, Crow, will you please do that? Because it is now Lando's turn. Hey, Gorf. What you doing?
Gorf is like entangled with this flesh monstrosity. He's like, there's no bones. And then Gorf is just gonna like take a giant bite, but not gonna bite all the way through, and just latch on with his teeth, and then he's gonna infuse lightning into his bite and just shock himself and the flesh golem and just do so much lightning and just as he's just holding on and just phasing the shit out of this.
As you do this, you are channeling a huge amount of electricity through this thing, and you watch it just start to like smoke as it's just shaking and writhing, and the whole flesh golem just explodes,
Like
showering the battlefield with just goo. It's
like a
just
pus-filled pimple.
all the goo.
Too much goo.
You hear Kilnasi say,
Gorf just like
Next
spits out
time.
goo. I guess he doesn't really have a mouth. He's kind of just a skeleton, so he makes the
skeletons
motion.
still have jaws, you
Yeah,
know.
well,
Fabulous. Let's see who's next. It's Mephistopheles. Mephistopheles watched your cute little lightning trick. There's still ice shards all over the ground, and Mephistopheles is the master of the realm of ice. As you watch, all of this ichor, all of the liquids from all over the battlefield suddenly start freezing. And as you are an elemental orc made of lightning,
Oh yeah.
you watch as these shards begin to tear through the ranks of the demons, the devils, turning themselves into a swirling mass. You are now standing in front of a giant elemental of wind and ice. It strides towards you. Tell me. No, show me. By giving me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Let's just see here.
That's not great.
Yeah,
A little advantage wouldn't be bad right now. Hey guys, there's a little bit of an advantage.
Chat, you absolutely can help them out. Now that they are facing actual gods, let's talk about what you can do.
Oh boy.
You can throw bits to give them all kinds of fun things, including Wheels of Chaos, which is my new favorite thing.
Oh
It's
my
so
God.
fabulous. There is subs, hype trains, all of it will help. And as will channel points that don't cost you a single dime just by hanging out. You can help them by giving them advantage or things like that. Oh, yay! We got some advantage from Flizzard. Happy day. I love it. And if you
God!
donate, you can do all kinds of crazy things to help out. Who knows? Who knows how you might save the day? Let's see how this second. Oh!
It was not good! I am destined to fail this.
Oh my
I'll take
God.
my lumps, thank you, Flizzard.
You see this elemental that is made of just flying shards of sharpened ice that are made of demon blood and flesh golem goo. Comes swirling at you literally like a blender. It slams you in the chest. You are going to, because everything is big, we're going to keep your regular hit points without like amplifying them. So we're going to, it's essentially going to be the same thing.
Everything is scaled.
Yeah, this is, but you're fighting gods now, so this is going to be rough. Let's see how much damage. Oh, you got lucky. You only take 12 damage.
Oh, I'm happy.
This. But you feel it shredding your armor, leaving you exposed as it just tears through flesh and everything else in front of it. Asmodeus steps onto the battlefield. You hear him say, "Oh, Mephistopheles, ice is nice, but fire is dire."
I hate him so much. I hate him.
He sees that Gore has defeated the flesh golem. Gorf, what is your greatest fear?
Oh no.
Honestly, losing Goru. Or any of his other friends, but mostly Goru's like a little bit higher than everybody else.
In front of you, you suddenly see the burning faces and forms of Corton and Goru, of Peregrine and Tara, of Ingrath and Bandar, of Felix and Relic. They stand at your feet and begin climbing your giant legs, burning right through your bones. The images are made not of fire, but of hellfire. No immunity can stop it. It burns through stone itself. And all of your former allies and friends are now shattering you. Make me a Constitution saving throw to see
this,
how
big buddy.
well you can handle this.
24.
All right.
Ah, big buddy!
The power of your touchstone is keeping you safe. Now I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw
Oh, that's worse.
from you.
Yeah, that's fucked.
5.
Oh no, big buddy!
No!
You are brought to your knees at the sight of all of your friends attacking you, harming you. It is just more than you can bear. You will have a chance to save against this despair at the end of your next turn.
Oh, God. All right.
Gorax does not stride onto the battlefield. He strides over to Goru, looks up at him and says, here's a bit of lore for everybody watching. In the season 1 finale, Goru used his ability to turn fiends, to actually turn the big bad in the season finale. And that was Gorax. Gorax is not happy about it. He goes over and you see him just take Goru's arm and just shatter it. Goru doesn't react. He's in a trance. But Gorax is having a lot of fun breaking literally every bone in your brother's body. Hey, Crow, you just got slammed by an icicle monster, essentially.
As Crow is bearing against this blender of a monster, he's trying to push it back, and as he's doing so, you see from the sky streaks of lightning begin to culminate before all at once strike him as they do a cloak, a cape of sorts, made of lightning formed into the shape of a multitude of leaves kind of wash over his shoulders as he surrounds himself in a thunderstorm cloak. With one massive pushback, he attempts to not only electrocute, but stun the creature that is bearing down on him.
You watch as you step forward, every one of the demons that gets close to you now is just instantly electrocuted. All of them are just thrown back like they've hit a live wire. You step towards this elemental. Give me... You know what? Give me a nature check.
Ooh.
I want to know. I want to see. These are elements. Let's see how they interact. Ooh, a
26.
26. You do not reach into the elemental. You simply put your hand close to its face. And as you do so, as the shards get close enough to you, bits of lightning lash out against them, melting them and turning them into goo. As this happens, the elemental begins to shrink as the ice that makes it up is being demolished. And it's now only half the size that it started out as.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ethul, you got some spiders on ya?
Annoying little things.
You're also poisoned right now. You may utilize each, because of your form right now, you may utilize a bonus action each round to roll again to get rid of the poison effect. But you will also every round have to roll a constitution check to see if you get poison, as long as you have these spiders on you.
Fair enough. I guess we're going to learn if these things generate soul coins, because he's upgrading his arms of Hadar into hunger of Hadar, and he's just going to suck everything in
Yes!
the darkness.
Nom 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 those spiders, baby.
Free food, bitches!
Protein.
Tentacles in darkness just lashing out and pulling everything in and disintegrating it.
You see like 100 what look like mind flayer mouths like open up around you, and you just watch as they sort of lawnmower all of the spiders. Just in front of it are spiders, and behind it, it's not quite soul coins, but it's like there's like soul coin dust. It's like you have like golden glitter on you now.
Golden glitter.
Just tiny little bits.
I want all the coins. The more coins I can get, the better.
I really love that the body horror Cronenberg is on our side.
Right?
And I'm not quite a Cronenberg. I'm more Lovecraftian.
Of course. My apologies.
Right,
my
that's
apologies.
right.
Yeah.
Cosmic horror, not body horror.
Have you looked at him? I'm just saying. He's a bunch of
I need
tentacles
you to
running around
pull
the
it
ground.
together.
Honestly, you know.
Oh my god. Kilnasi looks at you, annoyed that you beat up her little pet. She thought that was going to last a little longer, and she's feeling a little embarrassed in front of the other gods. You know?
She's like, oh.
So,
It's like looking around and seeing if anyone's looking at her, judging her.
right?
All of them are.
She does not like this. There's
Asmodeus just hits her with a raised eyebrow, just like, come on.
Like, we invited you here because we thought you were powerful.
right? God. You see her pull something out of her bag. It is the crown.
Oh no.
As she places it on her head, you see her phylactery glow brightly. I'm going to need all three of you to make me wisdom saving throws.
Again? Alright.
Yep.
Another one?
No.
All
Another
right.
one.
Crow, you
Oh,
are
nice.
fine. Gorfon, you have saved. Thule.
No, not the corner.
So Thule,
Oh god.
you are now dominated.
Fuck.
No.
You know that thing I just
But-
said about him being
But
on
the
our
thing
side?
is- But the thing is, you technically did not use your bonus action to get rid of poison, so you are still poisoned.
Hey!
Which means your attack rolls and ability checks are all at disadvantage.
Good for us.
So, she then sort of looks around at everybody. She's like, This. Glacia looks at all of you. She sees that you are doing some real damage to this ice elemental. But she also sees your cloak of lightning.
Yes.
You see her put away her sword and pull out two daggers that shine with hellfire. She gets a running start and then once again disappears. Gorf, I need another Constitution saving throw from you.
Oh no.
She disappears. I have blind sight. I don't know if that matters.
No,
If she comes within
Right
part
now.
hopefully.
this is not an invisibility thing.
She teleports.
Sadly, that does not make it. Which means Glacia has teleported inside your rib cage, your
Oh, no.
undead giant rib cage, and is now, you can feel 100 slashes with these daggers all
I'm
over
already
your
sad
rib
about
cage.
the people that are fighting me. Oh.
Talk about being heartbroken.
Yeah, this is not. You're gonna take a bunch. This is gonna be a little brutal for you. There's. Oh wow! You got 2 1s and 2. Damn, dude, you are lucky. 18 damage.
Woo!
Do I apply any resistances because of my rage?
No, these are Hellfire weapons, so no resistances apply. There's
Check.
Lulf
Yucky.
laughs at the top, just laughs out loud as all of her little spiders have been destroyed. She loves this chaos. She is so into this.
Oh, okay.
And she has seen now exactly what Kilnasi just did. So you watched her delicately trundle across the battlefield. And she just climbs on top of you, Ithul. Because you are now her mount. A mount of writhing tentacles. She just sits herself down in the center of you and is just gonna have some fun with everybody.
Somewhere deep inside, he's swearing that she will not live to regret this.
Well, go ahead.
You know she's a bad. You know she's a bad person when she jumps on someone without consent.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Most evil thing you can do.
Yeah.
As she just watches.
Just because you gave me a love potion does not mean I gave consent.
Right. It is now Gorf's turn. You may make me a wisdom saving throw. You may make it with advantage. Oh,
That's a crit, baby! Yes! Ooh, wise, baby, wise!
Wise, baby, wise.
Because of that crit, you've learned the tricks of all of these filthy monsters. They will not be able to do anything, any charm against you again.
Because I'm so fucking vulnerable to that. Holy shit.
Mephistopheles sees his little elemental is not doing what he wants, so he says, that's a cute trick. Here's a better one. And you see all of the ice come flying directly at your face. Before you can do anything, it melts against the lightning and begins filling your eyes and nose and mouth with black ichor and demonic goo. I will need, you can either give me a dexterity saving throw to try to wipe it away, or you can give me a constitution saving throw to try to just resist its effects.
I will wipe it away.
All right, gimme.
18?
Gimme. 18. You manage to wipe most of it away, but not before it definitely sears the skin around your face. So you're not going to take that much damage. It could have been much worse. So 12 damage.
All right, 12. Got it.
That's what you will take. Asmodeus sees that his little minions are not really doing their job anymore. So he stops, takes stock of the battlefield, and just points his fingers a few times. And you begin to see legions of devils start to advance. Gorax grabs your brother's other arm, and you hear it shatter. He shouts out to you, 3 more limbs,
what?
Crow, 3 more limbs.
No, I get that, but he already broke it 2.
Yeah, there's
Legs.
3. There's 3 left. His legs and his neck.
Oh, his neck.
Yeah, pull it
We're
together, Lando.
We're about to lose our goal.
I've never
Don't
heard
worry.
his neck referred to as
Don't
a
worry,
neck.
Gorf. Let's run up for you.
I thought we were talking about his,
His, third arm.
yeah. I thought
We all know
Gorax
that's
was,
I
like,
feel
was
like-
like, yeah, he's got another limb. I was like, damn, Gorax.
Yeah,
Hey,
Gorax
like I said, we all know
is
it's
a pit
unbreakable.
fiend. Gorax is a pit fiend. It's not beyond the realm of possibility that he would torture your brother by tearing that off.
No, that's what I thought. I was like,
Yes.
I'm like, is that what?
Is he really going there? Damn,
Like,
okay.
I was like, oh shit, okay.
I was implying death.
He really mad.
Apparently, you were implying something worse there.
Yeah.
So, all right. It's Crow.
Remember
Hey, Crow,
CBC?
tell me a fun story.
All right. With the sound of Goru's limbs reverberating throughout the battlefield, and Crow's attention turns from the elemental whom he's reducing through sheer force of lightning to Goru, who's being beset by the various forces of hell. With a hand outstretched towards him, he summons up a hurry of zephyr winds to surround and aid Gorf. Gorf! Get your brother! Use the winds! As I enhance his own agility and grant him a form of limited flight through the aid of
Ooh. I love it. What I will say is that
Flying bear.
you now have wind walk. It's not actual flight,
Mm-hmm.
but you can walk on the wind. So you can walk above the battle and get there much faster. Fabulous. I love it. Hey, it's
Hi.
the only thing you know is that you desperately want to kill
Oh
Gorf and
no!
Crow right now. You just want to destroy them.
I figured as much.
What would you like to do?
Tentacle hug.
Yeah, he just gave what's his name, Gorf, the ability to kind of just float away. So unfortunately, you left yourself my main target now, Crow. I'm just gonna
I'm okay
give
with
you
this.
a nice big smothering tentacle hug.
As Crow's tensions giving Gorf wings, just a tentacle wraps around his neck and torso. Whoa!
Just-
He just gets yeeted back.
you just feel like suction cups on your head somewhere, just like aimlessly prodding at it.
Dude, get a hold of yourself! Am I grappled by my friend?
I think you are.
Sometimes that just
okay.
happens.
You can make me a because he's essentially attacking at disadvantage. You may make me a dexterity saving throw with advantage
Well, yeah, because he's poisoned still.
to try to avoid this.
24!
With a 24, all right.
Good.
I love it. There you go. All right. So you have a laughing giant goddess of spiders on your back. You may make me a wisdom saving throw. Now, mind you are poisoned, so you'll be making it a disadvantage.
Oh. Can I give him advantage and let him have that crit?
I'll allow it. I will allow it.
Yay! There you go.
Whoa!
It actually wouldn't apply. The disadvantage doesn't apply.
Shut up.
The saving
Shut up.
throws.
You stop it. You stop it.
Yes, God.
Yes, God.
How does a duel break free of this control?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, one, he's not a big fan of being mind controlled. He hates the whole concept of the magic. It quite infuriates him. And so now there were two concerns on his mind: kill Nasi and kill Lulf. And Lulf is just right in the kill spot.
Right there.
So he's just gonna do what is it, the Sorax or whatever from Star Wars?
The Sarlacc pit. Just open up right beneath.
He's just gonna freaking slam the freaking trap down on top of her, and while she's inside the writhing mass of tentacles, they're gonna start trying to pull her legs off.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I would like you to make me an intelligence check real quick.
No. At least I'm good at those.
A 19. You remember that how Sune took her leg off, that she's weakest at the joints. So you reach your tentacles up and grab all of the various joints in her leg, including the ones that connect her to the thorax.
You're turned into a bowling ball.
Do it!
You also attach tentacles to each one of her fingers and her wrists and her elbows and her neck. And you literally just tear
Disassemble
this goddess part, leaving just the thorax. And you sense something inside the thorax. And the tentacles reach inside it, exploring and rending.
I love this so
Word
much.
choice. I'm gonna explore the thorax.
And inside, you find a gemstone shaped like a spider. As you consume it, you gain the major deityhood of Lulf itself.
You're a god,
Just
boy!
absorbed the energy of the goddess.
Holy shit.
So now the domain of spiders is mine?
You have
Your
all the
domain
spiders.
is death, spiders, all kinds of stuff.
And being an asshole.
Chaos. Chaos is absolutely part of your portfolio now. As this happens, you can feel your body start to sort of shift as all of your tentacles move from just regular tentacles to articulated spider legs as well.
Oh my god.
There's,
This is
you
just
are
getting
now
more
a
and more
mass.
Cthulhu-esque.
Yeah. You are now a mass of like
tentacle spider.
armor-plated
Oh,
tentacles.
Chitin. Oh god. So... Can we get one of those Garfield artists on this?
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to get rid of that fucking poison.
Wait, is it immune poison now?
You're a god. You're immune to poison.
We have a god!
Awesome. I was gonna turn her into a soul coin, but this works better.
That essentially is her soul coin. That glowing gem.
So
Kilnasi sees you rip apart this creature, this goddess.
Or loaf. Had to do it to her.
And she realizes that she's got to do something drastic. She reaches her hand into the ground, and you see necrotic energy literally pulsing across the continent. Inside you, Ithul, you feel something contracting, something shattering as Kilnasi is attempting to destroy the actual heart of the hag that is your touchstone.
She's trying to destroy the planet or the
She's
planet
literally gonna kill the planet.
She's so
This wouldn't
scared.
be the first time that she had survived the destruction of an entire planet, remember?
Oh,
Yes, she is our Frieza.
she's our Frieza. I'll just blow up the planet. Wait.
Excuse me, what?
Glacia sees this as well and realizes that you are now the threat. You see her pull out what looks like giant throwing stars. You watch as she throws them up in the air and they multiply.
Can they be in
There
the
are
shape
now
of hearts?
dozens.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
I can't believe.
But like kind of jagged hearts.
As these are all just flipping around and razor sharp, you see her disappear once again. This time, though, she appears underneath one of the tentacles, Ithul. And she flips and flips and twirls and spins incredibly gracefully, shattering everything around her. I'm going to say that you have exactly 100 tentacles currently. Please roll me a percentile dice.
Oh God.
Crit fail. 18.
You just lost 18 of your tentacles.
Oh my God. That's not great.
100 tentacles. I'm trying to imagine that. That must look so nasty.
It is gross.
Now just picture it, just all the tentacles just forming the shape of a crazy ass monstrous spider.
Oh God, that's even worse.
Unpleasant. It's unpleasant. There's... All right, Gorf.
Gorf
going on?
is going to he's gonna crouch down and then he's going to leap over the battlefield, land next to Goru, skid to a halt, and look right at Gorax. In the days of old, Titans rose up to fight the gods, and you are no god. And he is going to put his hands on the ground, and 4 Titans are going to emerge from the earth and grab each of his limbs and begin to pull. Gorf is going to take his massive sword, and as they pull, and at the moment that they remove his arms, Gorf is going to slop off his head. Yeah!
Fatality.
Absolutely.
Yes! Woo!
Yeah. That is
Fuck
exactly.
you, Gorax!
I mean, that's what I was gonna say, but you beat me to it. You know. Yes, Gorax is now literally in pieces on the ground. Absolutely. All right. Mephistopheles sees that just shit is popping off now. But he too recognizes that there is one real danger on the field now. You see him rise into the air. Everything around him becomes a little colder as he approaches. He calls on the deepest cold, as Asmodeus commands hellfire itself. Mephistopheles controls death frost. Roll me a percentile dice, Athul.
Oh no! More tentacles!
No! Not
tentacles! Not the
Oh,
gummy
damn!
Oh,
You lost a wave of insane cold sweeps across you. Your tentacles, constantly writhing, now shatter as you attempt to move them. You have lost 70 of your tentacles. You have only 30 left. Asmodeus, as much as he would like to help out, is now standing directly next to Gorf. Asmodeus has just watched Gorf tear Gorax apart. And he knows, as the hags do, that the key to all of this is Goru. From behind his back, he pulls out a staff. You may each give me a history check, if you would like.
Boy.
9.
Ooh.
Oh,
History.
Ithul.
Dwarf don't know.
Ithul. Oh, and Crow. Both of you.
Big
Gorf
brain.
does not, though.
No, I'm just wise.
This is a
not smart.
shard. This is a tiny piece. The ruby atop this staff is a tiny piece of the shard of infinite evil that actually created the abyss itself.
It's playing both sides.
Asmodeus simply reaches towards Gorf and touches him with the staff.
No.
Gorf. This one's going to be difficult.
I'm not gonna
This is
turn
going to be a
evil, am I?
DC 23 wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's not possible for me.
Yeah, it is now. This thing can do it. You are immune to spells. This thing literally shapes the multiverse. Oh, it's not possible for you to get it?
No,
Oh,
I
see.
have it plus
Hi,
2.
Mac.
I mean, if you want to auto fail, that's totally fine. I just can't. I can't make 23, even with a crit.
Try it. If you get a crit.
Right.
If you get a crit.
I'll take those odds.
Do it. Plus 2's would in fact help
5.
Mac. Yes, it is. Oh my god. Yeah, no, plus 2's are not going to help that.
Maybe advantage.
Yes,
Maybe
indeed, very
advantage.
trying
I
time.
might. There's a.
You feel the rage rise inside you. You will now attack whatever is closest to you.
Oh, that.
That includes your brother.
Yeah.
Asmodeus just sort of taps his staff on the ground, turns back to the battlefield, and says, Hags, move away. Let him take care of his brother. And you watch Sune and the other hags just sort of wander away out of your reach. You may make an attack of opportunity on one of them if you would like.
Osmodeus.
He's not moving.
Oh, okay. Then just the closest hag. Because
Yeah.
he is just a ugly rage monster now. I mean, he's not ugly. He's handsome as fuck. But
he
is a complete rage
phony
monster.
and handsome.
Yeah.
We're not racist against undead. Undead can be pretty.
Yeah, he's got a cute face.
You know, a perfectly sculpted.
I mean, have you seen Twilight?
Have you seen?
Asmodeus does not.
You want me to
glitter
actually
in
roll?
sunlight.
These past 2 weeks.
No, you tell me what you're gonna do.
It's a hag, right?
Yeah, how are you gonna attack it?
The most feral thing I can think of is just biting off her head. Just biting at her head. Just. Yeah, he dropped his weapon.
All right, you have dropped your weapon. I'll give the hag a dexterity save.
Yeah,
I will give them a dexterity save on that to see if they can actually
dodge
get
the
the
head
hell out of
bite.
that.
Oh
They
God!
cannot.
Being hagged today.
Quickly walking away from you, you see them move. It activates your instinctual predatory nature, and you just grab them and just eat their head. As you do this, the other two hags scream in unison, and you watch as the magic that was holding up Goru fails and he falls to the ground. Asmodeus looks a little bit concerned at this.
Dwarf is gonna just be chewing on the body too, and just like working through the rest of the body as well. Because the head was really good.
Crunch.
And he's like, it was like hag blood dripping down his chest and just onto the floor.
Goru has returned to bear. We were at.
Goru has regressed to.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think bears are that aggressive.
Have you seen a bear?
Have you seen a mother bear?
Yeah, if you are in their territory, they are very territorial. They're very hungry. They're fine if you don't bother them, but this was a piece of food.
Yeah.
There was a piece of food.
It was a piece of food.
Trying to wander away from you.
It was
inappropriate.
Yeah.
I don't know why food should not try to walk away from you. Food should walk towards you and let you eat them. That's the important part. Hey, Crow, with your cape of lightning, what you doing?
This is just gone complete shit at this point. Having reduced the elemental before him into naught, and seeing that the forces of nature have been even further perverse, slashing off countless tentacles from my ally, I turn to Mephistopheles himself. The storm is not the winds alone, nor is it lightning, frost, or flame. It is chaos, and all it can rot! And with that, Crow summons all aspects of the storm, channeling all the frost that Mephistopheles thinks he has control over, returning them back to their chaotic form, taking control of them, and mounting an all-out attack against not just Mephistopheles, but all of the demons before him.
I want to know, are you manifesting this as a storm, a hurricane, a tornado? What kind of thing are you creating?
I'm creating a full-blown maelstrom. There are typhoons, there's a massive swirling tornado, lightning is striking everything that dare believes it can evade it.
So what storm are you going?
Tornado.
Yes.
All right, so we go tornado. There's as you cast this, you watch as the tornado erupts from underneath Mephistopheles. Initially, it is the wind, and then you see lightning begin to streak up in an arcing pattern through the circulating winds. You watch as frost begins to shatter on itself, creating this incredible cacophony of delicate noise as each shard slashes against Mephistopheles. You see fire begin to bloom as chunks of demons and rocks slam into each other, creating enough friction to devastate everything around it. And with this lightning and fire tornado whipping around Mephistopheles, you pull the tornado towards you across the battlefield. Mephistopheles is hanging in the air in front of you. What will you do?
Channeling all of the lightning from the lightning cloak that surrounds me, I leap into the skies, and like a streak of lightning itself, I bisect Mephistopheles, appearing hundreds of feet ahead of him, look down, and let out another gale force roar of wind and lightning to shove him into the ground, creating a massive crater.
As you release all of that energy, your form diminishes. You have used all of the energy that you had to slam him down into the ground. He lies before you on the brink of death. What will you do?
I will reach out into him. Once again, I think about using the connection to the negative energy plane with this misty thought. As instead, much like I control the winds, I attempt to move his own life force into me.
You see a glowing gem inside him that looks like a snowflake. And you lift it, tearing it out of his body and infusing yourself with it. You now have control of, you are the Lord of Cania, the Lord of Ice and Storm now.
Sorry, this was
everything around
Mephistopheles?
you. Yeah, everything around you begins to freeze as you get closer, shattering as you touch it.
I am Cruthon no longer.
Ethul, you have had many tentacles shattered. Glacia is still right next to you, underneath some of the tentacles that are still left. Yes, sir, Yusuf. What would you like to do?
Despite Glacia being so readily available to thrash, he wants to kill Nasi, and he wants her bad. So, just like moving like liquid, almost like a wave of tentacles. He's just going to slosh across the ground.
Oh, God.
Wave overkill Nasi.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! So gross.
I bet Glacia gets some like of that crap in her mouth, and she's like,
right,
like on the ground.
And what he's going to do once he's just like enveloped her in his just this disgusting form, he's just gonna start channeling like the power of like half of all of the soul coins he's collected into just obliterating her.
Oh my God. Oh my God. How are you going to obliterate? What are you gonna do?
While she's just like writhing in the darkness and the tentacles, I just want like beams of like these golden lights to just start shooting into her from the darkness, just one by one, just slowly moving up her frame and just disintegrating her flesh, her muscles down to the bone. And then once all that's left of the bone and the crown, it's all going to focus on the crown, right on that stupid little freaking gemstone.
You're a god now. You can destroy artifacts.
Yeah, baby!
Ooh.
Break it!
As you utilize these soul coins to create light, incredibly bright light, you watch as the coins seem to melt and begin to cover the bones of Kilnasi, encasing her in gold. And when they get to the crown, you watch as they crush the gem and tear apart this crown, releasing her hold on both her existence and the touchstone that is the hag. In that moment, because you were channeling so much light, you watch as the gold begins to coalesce into what looks like two golden bracers and a golden hammer. Flesh and muscle begin to knit themselves onto the bones that were Kilnasi, and the entirety of it begins to grow. As you have just resurrected Moradin, the god of the dwarves, who was destroyed sometime the last 10 years, assaulted by the forces of darkness.
Yeah, we get hell.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah.
Uno reverse card.
Just wakes up to just being surrounded by this mass of tentacles.
He sees you. He sees you for what you are. He's like, he's been watching the mine for a long time. He remembers you. Remembers how you've been helping out. He likes your tavern.
You like the tavern?
Good. I invested a lot of that.
You see him snap his fingers, and a bottle of fireflower brandy suddenly appears in his hands, and he tosses it in your direction. He snaps his fingers and he gets another one, and he's like, "A drink."
You just see the tentacle yank it into the darkness.
Yeah. See him slam back some fireflower brandy, and it seems
Fire
to light his
shoots
whole
out.
head on fire. Out of this mass of tentacles, you see Moradin leap up and slam his hammer directly down on the skull of Glacia, halfway across the battlefield. You watch as the two of them both seem to flicker in and out of existence. Too quick even to watch, as they are trying to teleport behind each other and above each other over and over and over and over and over again, until finally you see Moradin grasp one of the horns on Glacia's head and slam her face into the dirt, immediately bringing his hammer down on the back of her head and ending her. As you watch, as Modius looks around, his armies devastated, you hear Goru mutter a few words, and a green light seems to surround him. There are still many demons and devils across the field of battle, still attempting to get to you. Many angels in the sky. The green glow expands. It seems to spread itself out over the entirety of the battlefield, and then sink into it, into nothing. The battle continues to rage. Asmodeus looks confused, and then horrified, as the souls of every creature that has ever lived in Baland is summoned to the battlefield. Millions.
What?
Oh my
Through the
God.
power of the well of the Gestalt.
Oh, the badass animals.
The Minotaurs. The Bear Folk. The Loxodon and Tortles come forth, shattering their enemies. You see Kenku and Aarakocra and Owlin streaking into the skies to do battle with the angels. You see mouse folk tearing demons apart as 100 of them will climb onto them and just rip them to shreds. As Goru stands, looks at Asmodeus and says, "You will tear up the contract, or I will tear you in half." And you watch Lord of the Nine Hells open his palm, and the contract that Goru had signed to you all just yesterday, but to the rest of the world 10 years ago. Tell me, what are you all going to do?
Worf is still really feral. He's just like standing in the corner, just like watching, with like the hag foot just like hanging out of his mouth as he's like, he's like he just like stops when like Goru gets up and like it's just like.
Just to punctuate Goru's threat, Asmodeus just feels as where his feet plant on the ground, just frost begins to crawl up, inhibiting his movement. Do it. You're the man.
And Athul
Starts to channel the remaining soul coins and hold the energy for just in case.
In case of emergencies.
just in case, I can
Pull
do something
lever.
cool too. As you do this, Asmodeus looks around, looks to Sune. Now that Glacia has died, Sune seems to come out of a stupor. Oh God, what have I been doing? Oh my God. What's happening? As soon as that spell breaks, Asmodeus realizes that he's lost any chance in this battle. And Asmodeus is nothing if not strategic. He puts away his staff, pulls out the contract, and as you hear the hag screaming, "Don't do it!" Asmodeus tears the contract in half.
Wise man.
The world begins to melt away. You return to your forms. The chaos of the maelstrom suddenly is the elemental fountain in the marketplace of Delver's Dream. You're standing in front of the stall of the three hags. Goru is just about to sign the contract.
I grab his hand. No. And look to the hags, who to Kurt this time still looks beautiful. He's never made a contract with them before.
Yep.
They look like giggling. My apologies to the three of you, but I'm going to kindly have to ask you to get the fuck out of our minds.
They look at you and say, you have no ability to do that. You have no power to extract us. And if you attempt it, the guardians of the mind will destroy you.
Will they now?
They will. And you know that she's right. That's how the contract works. You can, the only person that can destroy their contract is Corton or the King of the Dwarves.
Worf like looks at them and like licks his lips.
It's easy, big guy. Take it easy.
Do they know what that's about? Or are they like really?
They don't. But they're guessing. They're intelligent. They know how their contracts work. They know what they would have gotten if Goru had signed. They look over at Athul now with a different sort of look, and they just say, "Hello, brother." A boy hag. How much fun is that?
Just narrows his eyes at her.
You're welcome. You three are here on borrowed time. Just know that.
We know exactly how much time we have. And we know exactly how much time you have. Have a great day.
Don't care. He's like, Guru's just gonna turn around and leave. He's like, fuck these guys.
We'll raise their dismissal from the mines in the next meeting this week. I'm sure Corton will be able to read one of our minds and see what we saw. That should guide him up to speed.
To answer some questions in chat. Yes,
Oh God.
Snowflake, you literally just
Okay.
you just missed
you guys
stuff.
just
You missed some stuff.
Oh my God. You guys are really gonna have a treat rewatching this one.
Lando, if you want to pull that picture back up again.
I think he just stepped away from his computer.
I just wanted to point out that we have gained a bunch of fabulous villain art from our friend. Oh, did Lando just leave?
Yeah, he just walked away a little bit ago. Like, he'll be back in a second. But oh, he's back. Hey, can you pull up the battle map?
That's how this works. Yep. Lando, will you please pull up the battle map again?
Yeah.
I just wanted to show off to everybody the fabulous art that we got from Emma, who is delightful. She made our fabulous villains today. Very excited about it. You will be seeing more of them as things progress.
Actually, they're all dead.
Well, in an alternate timeline.
Sadly.
No, I'm kidding.
Sadly,
I'm kidding.
not
I'm
anymore.
kidding. You didn't, are you?
Sadly, they were still alive.
Awesome.
No longer gone.
Like alternate reality kind of thing.
Yeah, that was epic.
So fun.
That is what you are facing if you do not succeed. There's much to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Fool immediately
hags
starts checking for the coins.
Oh, fool.
You find a little bit of golden dust at the bottom of one of your pockets.
You lick it?
No, but he collects it and makes sure to preserve it.
Right?
Just a little vial.
Yeah, a little vial of golden soul dust.
No. Just tears.
You're an awful person.
I'm alright, so I'm pretty certain that we could go through this portal and actually enter the Balin, but I'm the only one a little bit just kind of wary of going through portals, right? What if it's just a long way to
Let's just
Balin?
walk.
Yeah, I'm okay with walking.
Fuck
this
that.
time. Fuck any of that jazz.
I don't even remember why we're going to Balin in the first place.
To try and get the mothers in the council on our side. They weren't here for the meeting and we're trying to go there and make sure they're actually properly ready for the war.
You still have to
War's
defeat
still
Gil
going on.
Nazi. Is what you have
Nazi's
to
not
do.
dead yet.
Still have
So
to
at least we get the
defeat
pleasure of killing her twice.
Ugh.
Man.
Oh, yes.
I need a rest.
Yep.
Need a
That's
drink.
true.
Yeah, that too. God.
And as everybody heads off to take their rest, you still feel your connection to the planar touchstone. You still retain the power of the hag's heart. All of you have also gained a little bit of insight. You will now have advantage on any checks that you make that have to do with the planar touchstones or any of the beings that you fought today.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Future sight.
Now we're gonna need to just recruit some new members into our ranks. We're a little more diminished than we should be.
Yeah.
Let's hope we can
And-
find allies in Balin.
As you head off to rest after what for you was essentially walking down to the market and then walking back to your homes. It's time for a nap.
To
We have
everyone,
We all just had
emotional
a collect.
exhaustion.
We all just had a collective trip.
yeah. To everyone around us, it was like, oh yeah, they're
I had
heading
a
off to
trip, and I just
Valencia.
linked it to them with my telekinetic stuff. That's how we're writing it up.
Yeah.
Yep. Very emotionally exhausted.
Just everyone's like, oh, I thought they were heading to Valencia. They like came down and like went to the market.
We just
and
like
then
look
turned
like
back
we
and
just
went back
like
home.
turned
What?
around. Like,
Yeah,
And
it's like,
for those of you in the chat that are just joining us,
oh, boy.
what you missed in the beginning
oh,
was the three adventurers being turned into giant kaiju, battling the armies of hell, defeating several gods
Becoming gods.
in an alternate timeline. Yes, becoming gods in an alternate timeline. And then when they fixed it, being transported back to the moment where it all went to hell.
But we
And stopping that moment from happening.
Oh,
So you
God.
miss, watch the VOD. It gets
It's
epic.
fucking zany.
that
That entire ordeal was awesome.
as you are walking through the first level of the mine, going to your homes, Corton passes you and just sort of gives you a look and is like, "You look like shit."
Don't
And then
ask.
just keeps walking. There's-
He just mumbles as he walks by. Is this like tentacle tsunami?
It's kind of crow.
Did you
look.
just call me mommy? What did you just? What?
Tentacle
just walk by.
tsunami.
You're like, Cortez,
This
Mommy.
Yes. Tentacle tsunami to you too, sir. Is this what the kids are saying these days? And you see Cordon sort of, as he passes various people, just bowing low and saying, tentacle tsunami.
You started a thing. It's not a
He's
thing.
a boomer. He doesn't know the Gen Z lingo.
Doesn't know.
That's great.
He doesn't know.
It's like,
Oh my
okay.
God.
Like,
Tentacle tsunami.
I'm down with it. Yeah. You know,
It's now
at least
Delvis
he's
360.
trying. At least he's trying.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Tentacle tsunami.
How are
was
you?
great.
Tentacle tsunami.
It's kind of like a
Absolutely.
shalom.
Yeah,
It's a
so
hello
slow.
and a goodbye.
It's an aloha.
Aloha. Yeah.
He just.
How are you
so
doing
just turns
today?
to the rest of the
Tentacle
group.
tsunami.
Yeah.
Just
Just
it's
like,
a tentacle
I don't
tsunami
feel it.
kind of day.
I don't have the heart to tell him.
I don't have the heart to tell. Oh my god, this is great.
You better shut the hell up or it'll be tentacle tsunami for you.
Well, I know what I'm bringing to the potluck today. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody. Enter our raffle for fabulous dice from Phoenix Dice. An exclamation mark raffle. And now I'd like to do some favorite moments for the day. Hey, Ethel, what was your favorite moment?
We have to ask.
I mean, yeah, do you have to ask Tentacle Tsunami?
Both the act and the new aphorism. The tentacle tsunami. I love it. What about you, Crow? What was your favorite moment today?
Oh my gosh. Oh, damn. There were so many. All of this was just so fucking epic. But one of the most standouts, you transforming my drakes into fucking dragons.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
That was super delightful. I loved it. And what about you, Gorfon?
Oh, I mean, no, it's self-glorification, but the Gorax thing, I was like, oh, that's such a fucking badass line.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
oh yeah, like the Titans fuck gods and you're
Oh my god.
that was
Yeah,
so
tearing
much
them
fun.
apart.
That was so
That
much
was that was delightful. Oh my god.
fun.
Yes, I think, first of all, I want to say thank you guys for an amazing session today. It was just, I love when you just get to tell a crazy fucking story.
Oh yeah.
That is amazing.
Oh, it was great because we were definitely like going off each other, and when Lolf died, I'm like, oh, we're killing these guys now. Okay, bet, let's do it.
Each one of us in that moment, just like, I got the one I'm
All right,
on.
I got
I got
one.
one. Going after.
I got one.
I want one.
I want one.
I want one.
Oh,
With
and
a stop,
eating the
please,
hag.
you over here fucking around with
Eating one of the
Frog,
hags,
fuck
that
up.
was great.
Oh
This just
yeah.
like panic ran away, and he was just like in full feral mode.
Oh my
So
god,
good.
it was
so much
fabulous. Well, hey, let's give away some dice. Let's find out who the wiener is. Who is the tentacle
chance.
Find the
tsunami
wiener.
today?
Last chance, everybody.
Are you a tentacle tsunami? Well, you
Find
could be.
out.
If you join the raffle, you could have a tentacle tsunami. Yay! All right, who is it?
All right, here we go.
Make that into an emote.
Damien!
Damien!
Whoa!
I love it! Yes! Yes, Damien!
Get you
The
some
tentacle
dice.
tsunami
Some
himself.
friggin' dice. This is your first time ever winning a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah!
You've been playing with us
Woo!
for like a year.
I've won like twice.
Damn! Damn, dude. Yeah,
to be
we're
fair, I
gonna
don't
get you
always
some
enter
fabulous
it just
dice.
because I don't feel like, since I'm a player, it's just like,
Mhm.
No, do it.
No,
Let's
do it.
say you're doing some hard work up here entertaining these fine folk.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you get some dice. I love it. Especially after a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play this forever.
I love it. Hey, we are gonna go raid one of our stream team members named Mendari, who is
Mendari.
fabulous. We love her.
Oh yeah.
She does glorious world building and is a lovely human being in general. And remember, when Planar to Allies heads out into a raid, we tell them what we're going to bring to the potluck. I am going to bring spider vomit. What are y'all going to bring on this fabulous raid?
I'm gonna bring raw hag.
Raw hag? Hag,
Hag
a little
sushi.
hag tartar.
Hag, yes. Hag tartar, yes.
we know what I'm bringing.
That's
Tentacle
right, we
tsunami.
do. Tentacle fucking tsunami. Absolutely. Thank you,
yeah.
everyone. Mwah!
Bye, everybody.